Why did we annex Ukrainian regions if it wasn't the goal? Wow, I can't wait to check another 1420 street interview video. Like, Russians are being asked about the Ukraine war in Russia, and the way they are like responding, sometimes is really funny. Let's have a look.
В новостях появилась новость, то, что к нашей стране была присоединена Херсонская область, ну и еще какие-то кусочки там Украины. Вот. Хотя вначале говорили, что ничего присоединяться не будет. Вот, что думаете вообще, зачем это так было?
Никто не знает, для чего это. Только одному человеку, да и то он не знает, для чего он это делает. Просто идет война.
Я понимаю, какой тут подразумевается ответ, и он мне не очень нравится, поэтому я воздержусь от комментариев.
Ой, нет, на эти вопросы я мальчик.
Какая цель
They're all afraid.
По-вашему?
Захватить большую часть территории Украины.
Ну а для чего это вообще нужно было?
Хороший вопрос.
Вообще, если бы это было так.
That is actually so weird. I think that's also one of the reasons why actually, like, I heard in the news that a lot of Russian soldiers are demoralized. Like, they are not really into the war. They don't even know why they are there. And apparently some, like, soldiers that were captured were interviewed, and some didn't even know what they were fighting for. And yeah, how do you have a high morale if you're a soldier on a battlefield and you don't know what you're fighting for, or you maybe disagree with that? Like, this is the issue. Like, even like the people on the street, like, everything is kept a secret. Why are we doing things? We don't know. And like, as you saw earlier, like, a lot of people are even afraid to answer a question like that because they're worried that they could go to freaking jail. Like, here in Germany, we are having the luxury of free speech. We can say whatever we want. We can criticize whoever we want, and we don't have any issues. Like, we don't go to jail for that or anything. So I feel like those people have it like really hard there in Russia now, because they can't express themselves or say what is on their mind without consequences, and this sucks.
Вы рады этому были бы? Или все равно как-то?
Ну, радость, она такая история относительная. Вот. Сегодня можно порадоваться, завтра можно огорчиться.
True.
Нужно спросить у людей, которые там живут. Ну, то, что касаемо ресурсов, сначала нужно с этими ресурсами разобраться, с территориями, которые уже...
Exactly.
Потом думать о том, что делать с теми местами.
This is what I mentioned in the last video. Like, this is the second time we are reacting to 1420 street interviews, and I said the same thing like this woman here is saying. Like, for the resources first, they need to deal with what we have. And this is the issue. Like, Russia has a lot, and I mean really a lot. You can go on freaking Google Maps and then check this out. There's so much unbuilt land where they could literally build a freaking city or a village. And no, I'm not talking about snow regions or about mountain regions. What I'm talking about is pretty flat areas with just a couple of trees, but not that many, and a lot of grass fields. I have seen this on Google Maps. There are areas that are pretty flat, and there are not so many trees, so they don't have to freaking destroy a whole forest, and there they could build villages or cities. Like, it's crazy. There's so much land they have, and Russia is not overpopulated. Like China, for example, the population is crazy dense. If China wants to expand, for example, like, you at least understand why they want to expand, because they're looking for space for their people, because it is so filled with people. They even had like a one-child policy at some point, and now it's, I think, two-child policy, right? And that's because there's just such a high population, and the cities are pretty dense with the population. So even like apartment prices are insane, especially in cities. So I get it there, but in Russia, I don't get the need to extend the border. It makes no sense, because it's not overpopulated.
Я на эту тему стараюсь особо не думать.
Просто изначально говорили, что в результате спецоперации ничего не должно присоединяться.
Yeah, they said that the first. They lied.
Мало ли что говорили. Очень часто говорят, потом не делают.
Но вообще для нас, вот, как для обычных россиян, это в плюс или в минус?
Наверное, скорее минус. Может быть, налогами.
Yep.
С наших же денег, когда оплачивается.
Taxes will rise.
На самом деле, я не уловила... Последние 3 месяца не улавливаю цель, с которой началась спецоперация. Изначально хотели же спасать, освобождать ДНР и ЛНР, которая не подтвержденная информация, что 8 лет там что-то происходило. Сейчас я искренне не понимаю, для чего это все было начато. Как человек, который не разбираюсь в этом, здесь какие-то, могу сказать, что у нашего правительства, мои догадки, что какие-то амбиции незавершенные. Я категорически это не поддерживаю и глобально против.
Ну, то есть, получается, это в плюс, то, что они присоединились к России. Вот. теперь лучше жить будут.
Хотелось бы это верить. Да?
Думаете, не будут?
Да, конечно же будут. Надо надеяться на лучшее. Чем больше страна, тем лучше. Как раньше было. Потому что там даже все названия-то на русском языке.
Мне пофиг.
Вы не рады от этого?
Мне вообще все равно.
Больше территории.
I don't
Мне
care.
вообще все равно. Никому не верю. Поэтому
Yeah, that's that kind of person, like ordinary citizen. I just want to live my daily life. I don't care what's happening around me as long as I can live a good life. Like, I just want to go to freaking work, come home, see my family, or in her case, my boyfriend, husband, whatever. And I just want to live my life peacefully, make good money, live happily till I get old and die of old age or something. Like, I feel like a lot of people feel like that, but now because of this war situation, even people that don't care at all, they are affected in a negative way, right? Because now everything is getting freaking expensive. Like, the last time I went to the supermarket, I saw again an increase by like 10-20 cents on certain products, and I feel like every week they just push this higher and higher. Like, I'm wondering what soon bread will cost, like seriously. Everything is increasing here in price, and this is not just because the war, also because of COVID, but on top of that comes the war. Like, nothing is like it was 4 or 5 years ago, for example. It is crazy now. And yeah, like the ordinary citizens, they're suffering. They either don't care, they don't want a bigger border, for example, they didn't vote for that, right? Or like, yeah, like, what do you, like, I give an example. Imagine you are a person that lives in, let's say, Moscow. You're having a good job and maybe some IT company, right? And your salary is very well, and then suddenly your company closes, you're like, everything sucks suddenly because of the war. And before the war, you didn't even care about you want more border or not. You just wanted to have your current life stabilized. And now it's no more stabilized, even your company left. So this is the issue. Like, that's why I don't even get the whole point of extending the border. There's no overpopulation and regular citizens are suffering now. And people are losing jobs, at least some, because some companies left, I heard, right?
не смотрю новости, и мне все равно, что делают.
Мне кажется, что все равно есть какая-то часть людей, которые, мне кажется, раньше были уже как-то готовы
Then you just relocate.
к присоединению,
Easy.
потому что вот год назад мы были в Одессе, допустим, и там много людей говорило, что вот в России лучше живется, то есть, ну...
Then relocate.
И я думаю, что пока вот была такая возможность с этим кипишем, который начался в последнее время.
Ну, то есть легально, получается, произошло, просто референдум там провели.
Я думаю,
люди.
что еще решает все вот это военное положение, и там же как бы сейчас российские войска большинство преобладают. Поэтому, типа, может, те, которые раньше были за Россию, но это как-то не высказывали, допустим, и не показывали, что они хотят за Россию, потому что была власть украинская. То есть, ну, сейчас у них есть возможность такая.
Мне кажется, есть две стороны медали.
Ты что скажешь?
Но есть люди, которые не хотели.
Ну, не хотят, так
присоединяться.
неправильно.
Поэтому, ну, мы, правда, не знаем, как бы, всегда есть две стороны.
Ну, вообще, сами бы хотели, чтобы все славянские страны были...
That's exactly what was also in the news about, like, couples having some differences now, and some families argue and are splitting now in Russia because, like, one person of the family, like sometimes it's the husband, sometimes it's the wife, or someone's like mom, dad, they disagree with the war. Another part of the family agrees with the war, and there are like suddenly differences and arguments here. And I'm not sure if they are a couple or just friends, but she seems to be anti-war and he's like pro-war or something. But yeah, this is the issue now. They are actually like dividing people. And what about like those that have like friends in Ukraine, or they are like in a international relationship or something? Like, it is weird, like this whole situation. I think it's so unnecessary. Like, they should just call everyone back or something, and no more operation, please.
В одном государстве.
But it's not gonna happen, sadly.
Я не знаю, но на самом деле это сложный вопрос.
Как СССР, тебе нравится, наоборот?
Нет, мне нравится просто как бы вот это вот отношение людей друг к другу времен Советского Союза. Да, то есть там не разделяли, там, грубо говоря, хохол ты там, или москаль, там, или бульбаш. Ну, то есть...
What's a bulbash?
А вот сейчас вот с этими всякими, начиная с 2013 года, поделились мнения, и сейчас уже, можно сказать, даже украинцы смотрят на белорусов тоже с презрением как-то. Ну, то есть, опять же, разделилось все.
Because of the war and aggression.
Не могу. Отсюда вопрос.
But what do they expect if you invade a country, or like in 2014, this with Crimea and stuff? Like if you do such actions, people are going to be against you, and some might even be considered then suddenly a racist because they speak against a country that attacked before. And in history, there were like multiple fights going on. Wasn't there something going on also during like, was it World War II or like a bit after? I think it was not just Crimea. There was also some other stuff going on, if I read correct. So of course they have some kind of stand on like the whole situation, and they look at certain countries as, oh, they are aggressors, they are a threat to us. And that's because they were not kind to them in the past, right? So if there's always a conflict and there's no true peace, and then there's like this standstill, and then they come back again, that's what happened like from 2014 to now. Of course, some people that grow up at this time, or like teenagers, for example, that experience it and are like several years later as young adults, they have a certain feeling about it, right? It's normal.
Стоит ли мне сейчас тратить свое время, свои нервы и вообще свою жизнь на то, чтобы переживать или волноваться на эту тему?
Yeah, they all want just a peaceful
Для меня
life.
это очевидно.
А что повлиять не может, вот, кстати, вот, может там, наверное, протест?
Then he goes to jail, sadly.
На протесты?
Не хочу...
О, нет, дружище, я тебе по-другому скажу. У меня есть очень четкое понимание того, что есть свет политика, и я уже видел очень много примеров того, как...
Значит, получается, можно сказать.
А я и не вставал против них, нахуй мне это надо.
Не, я не подговариваю никак, я просто спрашиваю. Просто люди говорят, а что люди так сдают? Ну, типа, говорят, что все, мы такие, ну, знаете, ничего не будем.
Because they're afraid of
Когда
jail.
ты пытаешься за это, когда ты видишь в этом смысл, тогда может быть. А когда ты живешь полностью абстрагировавшись нахуй от системы, тогда тебе куда проще.
Ну, блин, ребят, ну, такая тема скользкая, пиздец,
Почему?
тяжелая. Очень много людей погибают.
So divided the people there, right?
Так нацисты говорят же.
Хороший вопрос, зачем? Нацисты? Ну, у меня есть великое сомнение о том, что они там когда-либо были. Я
Yeah.
все-таки являюсь последователем Егора Летова.
He's
И
from
на его
Ukraine?
мнение я ссылаюсь.
Or what?
И он был
Who is he?
не уверен, в общем, в том, что эти бандеровцы существуют там. Есть еще мнение, что вся эта история про 8 лет была подстроена. И, если честно, я не придерживаюсь ни слухов со стороны нашего правительства, ни слухов со стороны Европы, Украины, которые распространяются. То есть есть две
кем
противоположные
подстроено?
позиции.
Обамой? Байденом?
Да не, я не думаю, что там Обама и Байден чем-то были заинтересованы.
Yeah, they gain
в этом
nothing.
плане.
Like the thing about the West is, and the politicians there, and like the way politics run there, if there isn't any real benefit, why would they get into a plan like that? Like right now, if you look at it, we are actually here also in Germany and in like other countries, we're actually investing now money into Ukraine to help them defend themselves, basically, right? So if this was like a plan for anything, it would be one where we gain something, right? But we are now all losing something, so it's literally just humanitarian help, right? Like, let's help those people there. So there was no plan or staged. I don't believe that anything was staged, because that makes like no sense from here, right? Like from the Western point of view.
Но то, что мы проебались, блядь, это, сука, точно. То, что мы начали эту
Yeah, it sucks.
военную операцию, извините, пожалуйста, это мы проебались очень сильно. И это ненависть к русским, к сожалению, хотя они, сука, здесь...
As a result of the war,
причём.
sadly.
Но я чувствую свою ответственность за то, что у нас Путин президент. Хотя мне 24 года, этот президент у нас он стал.
Yeah, you
Когда
couldn't
мне
even
было
vote or
5
anything.
или 6, как я могла повлиять с другой стороны?
Рофл капитальный вообще, нахуй войну заебало, блядь, дяденьки эти выясняют за бабки вопрос.
I like this guy. What is he wearing? Securite? He's the security of the streets or something. And what is this guy having like in his face? Is it like a freaking bandana or is like scarf? He's just smiling. He's like, interesting shirt. Like I like those three guys.
Блядь, дяденьки эти выясняют за бабки вопрос свои хуесосы, сука, пошли
He's
вы
like a
нахуй,
scar.
блядь, гандоны ебаные, нахуй, вообще в рот ебал эту войну, вот так, блядь, и вообще похуй.
Yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, the last guy, I think that's like how most people feel. Like, I don't want this. Like, why are you doing this? But we have like nothing to say in our country. You know, freedom of speech. If we demonstrate, we're going to jail. Like, this is the sad part. I feel like, what can you even do to stop this? Like, this is the issue. Because if you demonstrate, right, like from within Russia, you get arrested. So they have a bit of an issue, and a lot of people are like too worried about losing their jobs or looking bad in their family, or maybe on their files they have like some criminal charges. So if they are like trying to apply for a job, maybe they look into their files and see, oh, you did something in the past, sorry, you're not getting this new job. Especially like students. Imagine you are in college and you're in like your last semesters, and you know soon you will be joining the workforce somewhere. You'll be working maybe in an office or as an engineer or something. And then you have like this issue where if you demonstrate, maybe you have something on your file. So now a lot of people are worried about their future career, or that they can no longer do college or something. So it's really tough. I believe that the numbers of people that are against the special military operation is pretty high, and the only reason why they don't do anything, and that's a fact, is because they are just worried about like the price they have to pay for like demonstrating. Like, imagine like not being able to finish college, or losing your job, not being able to find a new job because you have this kind of criminal charge clinging on you and in your files. So if you try to apply, they see that. Like, I think this whole system is like kind of like a cage over there. Like, you can't speak up, you don't have a freedom of speech, and it sucks. Like, I hope in the future they have like more freedom like we have here in Germany. Like, it's not even about like culture, tradition. You can have like a very heavy culture tradition in a country, but you can still have freedom of speech, because freedom of speech is not killing off culture, in my opinion. So those two can come actually well together, because you can spread your culture or your thoughts or your upbringing with like the whole world or within your country with freedom of speech as well. So it's not killing the culture. So I think it would be good if in the future they can be more free. But yeah, as we guys can see, the people are very nice in Russia. Like, it's not the ordinary citizens, they are just like us. So I don't want to see anymore in any comment sections of any news videos that people say anything bad about Russian people, because it's not the people, it's just the government that does those things. So yeah. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget hit that subscribe button for more content. I'm thinking about checking out more of those street interviews. Like, I find this kind of content pretty interesting, and I've recently a lot of my mind that I want to share with you guys as well, like how I see things. And sometimes I'm getting like message, what do I think about this special military operation, all that. So I hope, yeah, I can also with those videos answer you what I think about this war situation and stuff. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And I wish everyone a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.